Your book, Nuremberg in Vietnam, An American Tragedy, has a, what is it called in English? A dedication. Dedication, yes. What is a dedication?
To the flag. To the flag and the liberty and justice for which it stands.
On that trip to Hanoi, you went with people who don't perhaps share these opinions about the American flag.
One of them was an outright pacifist. One of them was much more left than I am. We saw things quite differently, and on coming out, we didn't wish to give an impression of disunity, and there was a press conference in Hong Kong that we were immediately asked about, the bombing of the Bach Mai Hospital. We had all four seen the hospital a few hours after the bombing. We all four knew that it had been bombed. There's no question about that. The Pentagon building had denied that the hospital had been hit, or said it was only very slightly hit. We all four knew perfectly well it had been totally destroyed. So we said that.
Can you clarify that, sir?
If the particular hospital is the Bach Mai Hospital, it's blown to smithereens, completely destroyed.
But the next question was, did we think it was done on purpose?
Do you think that this is intentional bombing of civilian areas?
That's a matter that we can't go into now, not me anyhow.
To that question, we would have given different answers, and so I did not answer that question until 2 days later.
I wouldn't know. I just saw what I saw.
I'm sorry. Mr. Taylor.
I'd like to say, I just don't think there's any such thing as an accident of bombing.
I think we're all full of a great many impressions that we have not had time to digest fully and put in place, and a lot of these questions require more considered answers after we've had time to reflect.
Is this a Hitler-like crime as the North Vietnamese have been describing?
That's another question of the same kind, I'm afraid. No, I wouldn't want to answer that now.
My answer 2 days later was that I did not think that it had been done on purpose. Later on, I obtained what seemed to me perfectly good substantiation of this. The hospital, which I did not know at the time, was only about a quarter of a mile from a military airport. So it seemed highly probable, if not certain, that the bombing of the hospital was the result of a miss on the airfield. This did not mean that the episode seemed to me, because unintentional, to be an admirable one. To bomb that close to Hanoi and in the vicinity of a hospital which they knew they were there, was altogether too likely to result in hitting the hospital, which it did.
I think I've answered enough questions for this interview. I'm not going to speak anymore.